Eh, What's up, Bad Faith Osu? How you doing? Trunk. What's up, Strav? How you doing? That sounds like Osu Search. If you remember that website. Just ate food, feel good. I'm doing okay. What'd you eat? I'm just happy to be home from work. Dumplings. Sounds good. That reminds me, I have some, not dumplings, but I have some pot stickers in the freezer that I should start consuming. No idea how to do front end, so the whole HTML part is just vibe coding. Let's see. Well, good luck. If nothing else, hopefully it is a fun project to work on. I really enjoyed using Ursi Search back in the day, so... Anyways, no time to waste. Getting right into the mining. It's pretty late, once again, so... I gotta make sure I do not waste much time. What's up, Green Dickasu? How you doing? I'm definitely not talking about osu.edu. Is there double audio? Is there? Okay, cool. What's up, Perry? How you doing? What is up? What is up? That's fair, Perry. I think I'm starting to realize that I'm a bit more caffeine dependent than I thought I was when it comes to working. Because yesterday I had no caffeine while I worked and I felt like death. And then today I had caffeine and I felt like not incredible, but definitely a lot better. I don't even have like a particularly high amount of caffeine, but it's just like some caffeine versus no caffeine makes a pretty big difference. Like, I drink the equivalent of a cup of coffee, and that helps massively. It is what it is. Where'd the chat go? What are you talking about? Is it? I could take a look. Maybe if I refresh it, it'll work. One sec. What? I don't know where my chat went. Okay, one sec. I will fix this. Uh... Okay, I'm gonna try this and hope that it works. Okay, it does not look like it's working. I don't know. No chat today, I guess. I'm not really sure what's up with that. I don't think it's really a big deal for today. Back? Okay. Maybe it just needed a minute to update. Okay, cool. Let me get everything back in order on my end. Should be good. Okay. Unfortunate time loss, but at least now everything's good, hopefully. Alright. I am not going to 1v1 you on your new version of Flappy Bird. I'm gonna be real, I didn't think Flappy Bird still existed. Or rather, it didn't exist in my mind. Like, obviously it still exists, but I just low-key forgot it did. I still think it's really funny that Flappy Bird blew up and it's literally just stolen assets from Nintendo. I don't know. This song gives me weird vibes. I just kind of didn't really process what I'm listening to until now. I see. I don't think I'm really a fan. It's low-key creepy music. Sure, I just think that song in particular was a little creepy sounding and not really something I would ever listen to on my own. Like, ever. I don't know what kind of mood I would need to be to listen to that, but it does not register with me. Oh, lots of gravel. Very nice. I realized my microphone was a little far, so hopefully that's a bit better. I don't know how much difference it actually makes, but I'm not speaking super loudly, so... Speaking of microphone, I don't know what I'm ever gonna do once this microphone finally stops working. I think I've had this same microphone for 12 years now? Either 11 or 12. I'm kind of amazed that it is not broken or anything. I mean, it'd be cool to have a nicer microphone, but this one gets the job done, so I'm not really thinking about that. Really should listen to more of Pilot Red Sun's music just on my own. I really enjoy this type of stuff. I mean, I should probably also give his newer music a try as well. I'm sure it's great. Good Cornu, what is up? How you doing? Good, in bed watching. Nice, nice. I'm okay. Currently enjoying one of my last days before the worst week of work I'm probably gonna experience at this job. Because Thanksgiving is just about here. And from my understanding, Thanksgiving is quite literally the busiest week of work at my place, just overall. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I think... I haven't truly checked this, but I think I might actually be working 50 hours that week. AKA next week. I'm probably gonna be very irritable and not making a lot of progress on this project. Ugh. It's not fun to think about. Yeah. Ooh, air pocket. Yeah. I'm hoping that this weekend coming up, I'm gonna be able to do at least one last really good session before this next week hits. Because I'm probably not gonna be streaming very much. Or at least if I do stream, it's gonna be singular chunks. Yeah. I've been messing around with trying to find like better sleeping positions and just seeing what works for me because I feel like lately I've been really needing to like optimize my resting strategy when I get home. I think I might need a pillow that's like a little more flat, like it's not as tall. Because I like to sleep on my back, and I feel like my pillow raises my head too much. Do I have a hard time sleeping? No, not really. Not these days. I used to struggle a lot more in the past, but the only thing I really struggle with these days is not sleeping. It's like actually having good posture while I'm sleeping. Like actually getting restful sleep. But yeah, I think I might just need like a new pillow or something. What even is the proper posture for sleeping? Keeping your spine aligned, essentially. From my understanding, that's proper sleeping posture. Like, you just don't want your spine to be, like, completely misaligned or crumpled or whatever. You start on your side and end up on your back. I'm the opposite. I start on my back and then usually end up on my side. Yeah. You gotta stop doing that, man. I know it brings you back to the good old days, but... Also, how you doing, Bat? But yeah, I don't know. I think, honestly, the bigger issue isn't even necessarily my sleeping posture. It's just not being in bed long enough or just working too much. But there's not really much I can do because I am far from the only one who's working an excessive amount of hours next week. Pretty much everyone in the kitchen is doing the exact same thing, or rather, being scheduled the exact same thing. It's not really a choice. It's just the demand is so much higher. Just spent a large amount of the day going hard in Feeding Frenzy. Nice. I literally have not had time to play anything other than this project. I wish I could play some Feeding Frenzy, but I'm about to get killed at work next week, so... Thank you, thank you. Dude, it's so annoying too because we're actually closed on Thanksgiving, but Thanksgiving also isn't like a paid day off because of that. It's like I'd rather work and get the extra money on that day than just not have money that day. Like I need money, man. Let me get some extra money if you're gonna force me to work through one of the worst holidays ever. Whatever. Whatever. I'm just hoping it's not super bad. Like I'm just hoping I don't get completely killed or just like give up and quit. Yeah. I think it's probably just gonna end up being one of those times where I'm just stuck working late enough where streaming just isn't worth on those days. So I think that's why this weekend I really want to try and get my chunks in. Because I'm not gonna have another good weekend for like 2 weeks. I don't know. I'll probably make a little announcement in my server when I finalize whether I am going to stream it all next week or not. Yeah. That's true, but I mean, I don't stream this necessarily for like views or money. So to me, like having more people here doesn't necessarily change my project, but I think it's more just like I literally am just gonna not have the energy or time, you know? That's the thing I'm a lot more concerned about for this next week. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm gonna look over my work schedule probably tomorrow and then just see what's gonna happen. I might just have to like put in some crazy hours on my weekend to get progress done and then just go AFK for a week so I can actually focus on my real life job. I think that might be the strategy. Because doing this isn't nearly as difficult as my actual job. Like, even if I put in the same amount of hours, I would not feel nearly as awful. But, yeah, I don't know. I'll just have to see. I also don't want to burn myself out either, so... That's the most important thing. The last thing I want is to burn out. I've already burned out from this project once, and I wish I didn't. I hope both sides of their pillow are both sides of their pillow is hot. For real though, burning out is so bad, especially when you burn out from something that like is your actual job, like you do it because you need money. Like burning out from something like that is actually just so awful feeling. Boy. Oh. Weird perspective. There's a good deposit of tough blocks though, so appreciate that. Low key though, you know what I'm kind of more annoyed by? I'm kind of more annoyed that I'm working the day after Thanksgiving because my position is like one that really highly matters on like how many people are, visiting the area. So on the day after Thanksgiving, business is going to be super slow. Like I was literally told by my manager, yeah, it's probably going to be the literal slowest day of the year. And it's like, why do you even need me that day? Let me go rest. Let me go lay down. You don't need me that day. Like, okay, I'll show up for a free paycheck that day if it's really going to be that easy of a day. But, like, I'd rather just be home. I'd rather actually have a real weekend. Anyways, it is what it is. Oh well, oh well. Yo, Blamo, thank you for the raid. I do not know why my alerts are not working, but welcome. How was your stream? What were you up to? Played some CS, went terribly, but you had fun. That's what matters. That's what matters. As long as you had some fun. What has me mining full chunks out? My innate desire to dig a large hole in the ground. It is just what I enjoy. Yeah, pretty much. It's not for any particular project or anything. It's mostly just because I want to make a really large hole in the ground and it'll look epic. It's also just a very relaxing activity. Very low stakes, pretty peaceful for the most part. You just chill, turn your brain off, and just dig away. It can get pretty hypnotic. Let me get this realigned. Okay, yeah, perfect. Okay, very nice. Love Twitch thinking you're American, giving you American family insurance ads. Don't you just love buying insurance? Sorry, you don't have much to say. Don't worry about it. I have plenty of long periods throughout my streams where no one's talking in chat, and that's completely fine. I feel like my streams are a lot more like second monitor or like not necessarily full focus type streams. So don't feel pressured. I'm just chilling. I'm doing my job here, which is to dig. You feel bad not chatting? Alright, well I'm letting you know I don't care. I mean, I like when people chat. I care about that, but like if you feel like you have nothing to say, that is completely fine. I am just wandering in my own mind when no one's speaking. Like, low-key, these streams are also my decompressing time, so whenever people are not saying anything, that's when I use that time to just kind of think about my day, think about things. And I said that, bye. True. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't really do an incredible job being like an entertainer. That's not really my thing. I just kind of show up, do what I want to do, and y'all join me for the ride, essentially. When I mean entertaining, I mean like more like interactive type entertaining. Like I don't go out of my way to do like bits and stuff. Like I'm just for the most part doing my thing, and then I'll just respond to what you guys say in chat for the most part. I'm just doing my thing. You love watching me eat blocks. They are very yummy. How long has it been? Well, so I started this project in like spring of 2024, but I haven't been actively playing it the whole time. Like I took like a 5-month break at one point. But in terms of just like number of hours spent in this world, I'm at like probably around 750 to 760. So that's like a month of playtime essentially, so like roundabout that area. And of course, it's not taking me that much time to mine only 36 chunks or 35 or whatever I'm at. Because if you look on my right, I'm at 17.7 million blocks mined. That's because I already mined everything down here to the first layer of Deep Slate, like the entire area. And this is a very, very large area. I mean, it's 512 by 512, aka 1024 chunks. And yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. And now I'm at the point where it makes more sense to do it chunk by chunk, because that's what I have time for on any given day. Because I most days I'm working, so I don't have time to do more than one section at a time now. Feels like proper progress, yeah. It's just if I did it at the very start, I would never be able to do a full one in a session on a work night. You got more hours than OC, yeah, yeah. Well, you definitely don't have more hours than me, but you can never stick to a project so long. I have the brain disease where I hate playing new games, so I just do the very few games I like for 1 trillion hours instead. I'm not very open to playing different games very much. You have the brain disease like in long projects. Exactly, same. It's just so rewarding. It's called Tylenol. But for real, it's just so rewarding to like work on something for a very long time and see the scale of the project. Obviously, it's not for everyone. I think majority of people find it much more satisfying to just kind of be good at something rather than necessarily doing one thing for ages. It's a different type of thing. I mean, in a way, like, I'm also getting good at chunk mining, but it's not like a skill necessarily. It's mostly just patience. You don't know how some people can play one game for a few days and then hop into an entirely new game afterwards? I find that so hard to do. It's like if I play a game, aside from like Feeding Frenzy, where I'm mainly just playing it for nostalgia, it's like if I really like play a truly new experience and I like it, I'm gonna sink probably absolute bare minimum 2 weeks of like all of my free time into it But more likely, in my experience, I've sunk literally 1,000+ hours into every game I've truly enjoyed. At least games that have that much content and replayability, of course. For you, you can commit to shorter term goals of hitting certain rank, but after a while you need to play another game nowadays. Yeah, I think I think that is more true for like the majority of people. I think the majority of people are more inclined to do variety or just try to go for a certain thing, and then as soon as they hit that thing, they move on to a new experience. 10 years ago, you could throw thousands of hours only playing one game, but now you need variety. That's fair. Maybe as I get older, I'll change, but it's not like I'm a little kid, so I don't know. I feel like when I was younger, I craved variety a lot more than I do now. I feel perfectly content just playing lots of Minecraft for the next while. Oh man, I just infinitely expand my project once I reach the end of 1,024 chunks. It's like, well, it's time to do 1,025 out of 1,024 now. Getting older has made it harder for you to get into new games personally? Yeah. Maybe that's true for me. But I feel like that's always been true for me, so I don't know. Maybe I just have that type of tism where just new experiences in general are just not easy for me. Oh, pickaxe? Okay, we're perfectly fine. Let me do this real quick. Okay. Just gonna be a world of bedrock. Yeah. Either because of lack of time or just being content with the games you already have. Yeah, I do feel like time is the biggest constraint I have these days. I do wish I was like that more, Jeff, where I really truly enjoyed new experiences while still enjoying my long-term projects. I feel like I'm just not that type of guy where I'm like I want to do new things. I mean, shoot, this applies to every aspect of my life. I eat the exact same things. I don't go to new places. And I'm mostly just content with the things I'm already familiar with and just kind of already enjoy. When you do variety, you still rotate through your older games like CS or League of Legends. Repetition is comfortable. True. That is fair. Expedition 33. I don't know what that is. But I think I can agree with the sentiment that repetition is comfortable. I mean, that's kind of why I like really long-term projects. Instead of rotating through the same few games, I just do literally the same one project every single day that I can. And that's how I get my entertainment, essentially. You think one of the few things you can't have repetition for is your location? Man, am I like the only person that is perfectly content just being in my like my little corner where my computer is for the rest of my life? I feel like a house cat sometimes. Where I'm just like, yeah, I'm just home. Do I stream most days? I try to stream most days. My next week though, I'm probably not going to be streaming very much, if at all, because I am going to be working like 50 hours next week because of Thanksgiving. But I generally try to stream every day or most days of the week. Streaming is just a hobby for me, so I don't really have the most consistent schedule or anything. Quick, someone gifted million subs. Oh man. I mean, I don't think I would quit working if I got a million subs, but I definitely would prioritize streaming a little more. That's for sure. At least not quit working until I confirm that is a real amount of money I'm going to receive. And yeah, that's true. It's different if you if you like where you live, it's a lot easier to just like be content with where you are. Although I feel like for me, my apartment just helps me isolate myself from the real world enough where I can just pretend everything's fine even though it's not. Only recently just started streaming most days, trying to push for Twitch affiliate. Getting close now, just feel a few follows off. I wish you the best of luck. I assume you're trying to push to maybe make streaming like part-time, if not a full-time thing. If that's the case. I wish you the best of luck. It is, it does not seem very easy to actually make Twitch something like that you can live off of. Honestly, even like partially. Like the amount of money I make from Twitch in a month is not even like the amount I make in a day of working. So it would be foolish for me to give up my actual job, my day job for Twitch. Unless I really believed in it, but I don't think I'm cut out for that kind of thing. I'm just chilling. Getting close to that 50 USD threshold after like 2 or 3 years. It used to be 100, so the fact they made it 50 is kind of nice. But yeah, I most of the time it takes me between 2 to 3 months to actually get a payout from Twitch. I do not make very much from this. And yeah, it's very hard to actually make Twitch something profitable. Twitch is definitely one of those things where it's like the people who actually make a living off this are very far and few between. I think the majority of people make almost nothing or at best like part-time type income. I mean, it'd be cool even if I just made like part-time level income. That would definitely change my life. But yeah, it's rough. Also, lots of XP. Sure, I might pull out a different pickaxe and start repairing that instead. Just make sure I'm not going too far. Does not look like I am. Very nice. Where'd my food go? What is this at now? Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, that too. Like, I would not do Twitch as a job unless I literally made like 1.5x minimum of what I make currently at my actual job. Because I would not feel safe doing Twitch as an actual job when it's so volatile. Because you're basically relying on the kindness of random people. And that can always change on a whim. And it's not necessarily your fault. Yeah, if Twitch decides they want like a bigger cut, or if they decide that they don't want to promote your stream in the algorithm, or just like they randomly ban you and they don't ever unban you, like all those kinds of things absolutely have happened to people and could happen at any time, and it's a terrifying prospect. So I think I am hesitant to ever try and make that a thing for myself. I think what would be like the ideal scenario for myself is make enough from Twitch where I could just switch to working part-time in my real life. And then make Twitch like the full-time thing I do, even if I don't necessarily make all of my income from it. Essentially, like, using what little you make from Twitch to supplement your income, and then work less in your real life to focus more on the actual thing you want to do, in hopes that you can snowball that momentum into something better. I think that's the only real way to do it without getting extremely lucky. And by the way, you still need to get extremely lucky for that scenario, but it's a different level of luck. Like, the only way to go from literally, like, my level of streaming to, like, 1.5x my actual work salary is to be, like, going from 10 viewers per stream to like 1,000 viewers per stream. That's just not realistic. I really thought about doing Twitch as a full-time thing for a little while, until I really sat down and thought about it. And I just don't think it's for me. I don't want to discourage anyone from wanting to do that kind of thing, but it's just hard. It's an uphill battle, especially if you're starting from nothing. Both in terms of like following and like money. It's a long shot for sure, yeah. I mean, still the most important thing is that you enjoy doing it. Because that's another thing to consider. Even if you don't make good money from it, if it's something you truly enjoy, that's also very important, and you should do it anyways. But you just gotta make sure you have money. That's the unfortunate reality of living in the type of world we live in. Like, you do you, but just make sure you have the money to do you, you know? Because you doing you is probably, unfortunately, not going to make you the money that you need. At least not immediately. Yeah. I think as long as you're consistent and you nudge people every now and again to leave a follow, and more importantly, share the stream with people who want to actually watch or might be interested. I think that's one of the better ways to get not just like an initial following, but a following that'll actually last. You ended up abusing marbles on stream during affiliate push. I mean, that's another thing to consider. If you just want to get affiliate first rather than building the actual audience, marbles on stream is low-key like actually an OP tool, or just any kind of game where the entire point is to force chat interaction and chat engagement. Because a game like that, all you're doing essentially is just having people type play into chat, and then you just spectate the marbles go, and you just root for whoever in the chat you want to win. You know, it is legitimately really fun though. Like I really enjoy marbles, even though it's low key just purely engagement bait type game. Yeah. Maybe that's the move. Just find games where you think you can get people to actually follow, and then from there work on the strategies that help you build community better. I mean, I think again, probably easiest thing, or like not easiest, but like the best thing to do is just being consistent if you can. I feel like that's kind of one of the problems I've had, like, and realized why I can't be a full-time streamer. Because my current job literally makes it impossible for me to stream consistent times every single day. I just have to stream whenever I get time. Channel points being restricted to affiliate is really dumb. I didn't even know they did that. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, I wasn't sure that you had to be affiliate for channel points. Perhaps. Yeah. I think that could be a method. Obviously, consistent schedule, probably the most beneficial thing by far. It also just really depends on like what type of audience you want as well, because like for me, the type of audience I have is basically just people who want to watch the same thing every day. So, like, if I started doing a variety type of games, I don't think that would click as well. So you just gotta find whatever niche suits you and your interest and play to that as much as you can. It really is. I think the thing that helps with that a lot is just being super consistent. Like if you're just always live when the same people who might give streams like that a chance are also live or like online, that's when you have the best shot at success. At least from my understanding. But yeah, I also do think you have big props as a streamer because you hyper focus it on one game for months, switch to another. Yeah, I think if you're gonna go down the hyper focus route, you have to be very entertaining or just really good at that thing where people just be enamored and watch anyways. But those are much harder skills for most people, including myself. Like, I can't imagine trying to, like, be super entertaining while just playing random things. That's why I feel like the kind of niche I have works a lot better for my personality, where I'm not a very high energy streamer, but I do the same thing pretty much every single stream. So for the few people that really enjoy that, that's how I build the small community I have. You went from a game you were a world record holder on to a game where you've yet to break top 10. What game were you a world record holder for? Solar 2. I don't think I'm familiar, unfortunately. Okay, okay. That gets the point across. But yeah. Yeah. Same concept of move around and increase mass. Ooh, okay, well, maybe I would actually like that then. I kind of like that genre of game. I mean, another game of that same variety that I really enjoyed growing up and want to play again is Tasty Planet, if you've ever heard of that. Just a little gray goo eating up the entire universe, essentially. It really is. He's just a little guy who's a little hungry. But yeah, I feel like I'm pretty content with not making streaming like an actual career. At the very least, I'm not gonna like pour literally all of my effort and soul into it just because I don't really have that in me. I feel like if I truly wanted to make this work, I would definitely be making this into like YouTube content as well, you know? Because I feel like something like this could make for YouTube content if I tried really hard. But, yeah. Easier said than done, especially considering I have not edited a Minecraft video in like a decade. Not properly, anyways. So I'm sure my editing techniques are like completely outdated, and I was never good at editing to begin with. I mean, a lot of my like old Minecraft videos I made like over a decade ago were edited in Windows Movie Maker. Yeah. And if you're still here, Blamo, that might be a something to consider as well. It would probably help you a lot if you had some way to make your stream content into YouTube content, or like even TikTok or Instagram Reels if you must. Just anything to give yourself a better shot at succeeding, because it's also possible maybe your Twitch streaming isn't even the thing that would make you the money. It might actually be the YouTube content of the streams. I think for some people that might be like the more lucrative thing. Like Twitch streaming is just the platform used to make the real content, which is YouTube and TikTok and all that. Even watching Squirrel Pascals, they don't do a lot of YouTube, but still get some community growth from their shorts. Yeah, I mean, shoot, I'm sure if I made shorts of this, somehow, I feel like that would probably go a long way to expose people who have never heard of me to actually see what the heck I'm doing. But again, don't feel like editing videos, so... And I'm not really looking to do that kind of thing right now. Maybe in the future, but I don't know. I'm just chilling doing my own thing. Like a League of Legends series, we went from Iron to Plat on stream. You're in gold, but on YouTube you're still back in bronze. Yeah, I think that's something you definitely should make sure that you work on, just to give yourself the best chance of finding something that makes you any kind of revenue source to make all of it worth it. At least if that's your primary goal, is to make money or just supplemental income so you don't have to work as much. Obviously make sure you're still having fun though. That's always the most important thing when it comes to something like this. Because the last thing you would want is to do Twitch and it just ends up being as soulless and boring as a real world like office job, or like just any other type of job that isn't streaming video games. But yeah, that might be something worth investing your time back into. I'm not gonna lie though. I kind of enjoy my little niche community, I guess. Just kind of have the same few people who really like to stick around and just watch the chunks being mined away. It's cool. I feel like this would be a little less enjoyable if I was like trying to cater to like 1,000 people in chat, especially tons of people asking really stupid questions every day. Taking 1,024 chunks, but is Usu top player chat? Dude, not even just Usu top player chat, literally MREX chat, dude. One of the actual worst Twitch experiences ever. And that's not really MREX's fault, it's literally just the type of people that just get attracted to like #1 top Usu player Twitch chat. It's like literal lowest common denominator of IQ possible. I mean, it's not like you have to be high IQ to enjoy chunk mining, but like, it certainly makes my life a lot better when I'm not being asked room temperature level questions constantly, or just being like just reading constant rage bait in chat. Yeah, exactly. When I'm like a stream this small, if a chatter really irks me, I can just ban them and then that's it. Although to be fair, I feel like I am very, very lenient with annoying. Like I do have some people that stop by the stream every once in a while that kind of annoy me. But I do my best to be nice, especially if it's like not malicious or just intent on just making my life worse. But like when you get to a point where you have like 500 to like 2,000 people watching depending on the day, you just can't get rid of literally everyone, you know? Like you will actually be seen as a bad person if you just ban every single person who annoys you. Like to be a bigger streamer, you kind of have to tolerate more annoying people. At least if you want to keep higher viewer counts and stuff like that. Or rather, if you want best chance of success, the best chance is to deal with the really annoying people on a daily basis. Because, I mean, you could still develop a nice, decent following, like a decently sized following, despite banning, like, half the people that join the stream, but it definitely would be a lot harder. And you are setting yourself up for lots of people who are now much more angry at you than they would be otherwise. And that's the last thing I would want. Like, I don't want people getting so upset with me where, like, they might do things that they wouldn't otherwise, like to make my life worse. So, always things to keep in mind. Yo, what's up, Moosh? How you doing? Especially with how parasocial can be. Yeah. That's why I am low-key sometimes afraid to ban people, even in a stream as small as mine, because Twitch viewers can be kind of psychotic, from my understanding. It seems like the type of people who are attracted to long live streams of people just kind of chilling and gaming can definitely be... You get some interesting characters, for sure. All of your Twitch chatters have always been perfect and never caused you any moral dilemmas ever. I believe it. I definitely believe this. Yeah. I mean, I do feel like for the most part, aside from random, like, people from the OSA community that aren't invested in what I'm doing at all, like, people who join this stream have generally been pretty chill. I think it just helps that I don't really do very much advertising for my stream, like, aside from just posting progress every now and again on social media and just every once in a while reminding people that I have a Twitch. It's like, I don't go out of my way to bring as much attention as possible, and I think that helps keep the more problematic people away. Like, only the people that have an interest and are cool with me really would open the stream and actually want to chat, for the most part, I think. And I kind of like it that way. Oh, that is a sword. Yeah. I mean, things can always change, but I kind of like my current streaming arrangement. You think 80% of the vibes are set by you and what you're doing on stream? Yeah. I think it just helps to just not be problematic myself. That certainly goes a long way. Your Twitch viewers would never accelerate towards you in a kitchen. Well, that's good. What's up, Wowie? How you doing, man? You have a sore throat? Do you have a dry cough? This is the real question. This is the real follow-up. Yes? Okay. Great. If you're just chilling, you set the tone, most of the vibes will just be chilling. Yeah, I do think that's how it goes for most of my streams. I'm usually pretty low energy and chill, so I feel like that's exactly what I get back most days. I'm okay myself. Hope you've been doing well aside from the sore throat. Murmur. 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 By the way, Wowie, I'm still thinking about that clip you hit. Very nice clip. You know what I'm talking about. I don't know how you hit that. No, don't clip me. No, no. I don't think I play Dungeons and Dragons enough for me to associate D&D as Dungeons and Dragons instead of Do Not Disturb. Just got done with not wanting to be disturbed. That's real though. You never heard that shorn to Do Not Disturb? Fair. Shortened. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I don't know. That's the only way I've really read D&D. At least, like, in my day-to-day, that's what I've used D&D for, because I've literally never played Dungeons and Dragons, so... Dark and darker. Oh my god. I just jump scared myself. I felt my headphone wire rub on my leg, and I thought it was a spider. They're in my walls. They are everywhere. It's the dragons. The dragons are hiding in the dungeon. Ugh. My chunk digging dungeon. This will become the world's largest dungeon. This will become the world's third largest Walmart parking lot. Yeah, sounds good, man. Thank you for raiding, and I wish you the best of luck. Hopefully you reach that affiliate sooner than later. You've lost the scary sensation of bugs or spiders calling because you've grown to love them. I respect that. I am not strong enough for this, however. I feel the sensation of a bug, and I think must burn off all of the skin and my apartment. Saw a really sweet wolf spider? Well, why'd you eat it? Just because it's sweet, man. Fair, fair. Such is life as a bat. What if there's a bug out there that tastes exactly like cotton candy? Or wait, no, better. What if there's a bug out there that you crunch into and it tastes exactly like Doritos? There's just one bug in the Amazon that tastes exactly like Doritos. I'm glad you love ridiculously large spiders. That makes one of us, though. Anyways, we are on the final 2 layers, guys, so we are about to finish up the chunk and thus finish up the stream for today. This was not a very long chunk. Chunking error. Oh, you guys want to stick around for the very end, though, because I'm going to show you guys the pattern that we've started developing, because we are now done with another section of the pattern. It'll look really cool. And then I'll end stream after that. It's gonna actually look like an error, like a rendering error. It's kind of cool. But yeah, let's get this done. Let's get this done. And then, yeah, I mentioned this earlier on stream, but I think this weekend I'm going to try and do long sessions, and then the next week I might either do like only short sessions or not stream at all, because I am going to be working extra hours next week, and it is Thanksgiving week, which is the busiest week of my work, like all year. So I am going to get cooked. They are going to cook me and serve me with mustard. Look, man, you gotta find a better food source. This is not allowed. I do not endorse momos being eaten. It's just not happening. Alright. Here we go. Just at the end here. Yay! Alright. Another chunk complete. Let me take this in. It's an easy one to type in. Let me look at my stats. Screenshot those. Diamonds. Screenshot that too. Perfect. World record, indeed. Alright, let me show you guys what this is starting to look like now. Before I head out. Because we have finished another little section of this pattern that's developing. Look at this. Look at this. This is starting to look pretty interesting now that I've committed to doing this little pattern. I think that's looking nice. But yeah. Oh. May also get rid of a few blocks over here. That is not what I meant to throw out. Okay. Just want to make this corner a little easier to like look at when I do screenshots. Do I intend to remove the beacons as I get out of range of them, or am I keeping them? I actually don't know yet. I think it would be kind of funny to just not get rid of the beacons until the very end and then spend like an hour mining all of the beacons right before I mine the last block. But we'll see. I could always change my mind. I mean this beacon we're getting close to out of range, I think, at this point. I mean, we already have these two exposed. I don't know. Digging 1,024 beacons. 36, 1,024. That's basically the same number. Okay, this is gonna bother me. I want this to be dirt. Okay. Anyways, that's gonna be it for me tonight, guys. I appreciate you guys joining me as per usual. I will be back tomorrow night for a singular chunk, and then after that, we will do some longer daytime sessions. Alright, good night, goodbye. See you guys then.